Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, you guys, this is from Center. Hold on, I can't see that. I can't read it. Criminal charges against Scientology dropped. You know, women are not worth anything in Scientology. In case you didn't know, now you know. Dropped in Pherson case, full text of the Nicole Prosecute, June 12, 2000. On June 12, 2000, State Attorney Bernie McCabe dropped all criminal charges against the Church of Scientology in the McPherson case. Can you imagine this, you guys? It's unreal. Here's more numerical. Lisa McPherson, 36, died on December 5th, 1995. After she had been in the care of Scientology members for 17 days at the headquarters in Clearwater, Florida. In 1998, Pinellas County, Florida, State Attorney Bernie McCabe charged the church with 2 felonies. Practicing medicine without a license. Same doctor is up on charges right now, but you know. Practicing medicine without a license. And criminal neglect of a disabled adult. Oh, they should be charged for many, many people they've done that to. In McPherson's death, no individual church members were charged with any crimes. No individual church members were charged with any crimes. In February this year, Pinellas medical examiner Joan Wood changed her finding. In the case of McPherson's death, from undetermined to accidental. You see that? The initial report, actually, I believe that examiner quit her job after that. Like, they fair gamed her real bad. But the initial findings was that Lisa McPherson died from extreme dehydration and extreme starvation. It's on record. From undetermined to accidental, after experts for the defendant challenged her original finding. Who are those experts? Could they be prestigious executives? At this time, Cessner correctly predicted that the criminal McPherson case was collapsing. Although some that's what money does. Although some anti-cultists disagreed. A separate civil wrongful death suit by McPherson's estate against the church is still pending. I believe they won that case. I'd have to go look. I do believe they won it. Supported by the now famous $11,000 affidavit by Dr. Stephen Kent. No trial date has been set. The original Noel Prosecute document follows. In the Circuit Court of the 6th Judicial Court of the State of Florida, and from Pinellas County, case number Charlie Romeo Charlie 9820377, Charlie Frank Alpha, number 5, counts 1 and 2. State of Florida versus Church of Scientology Flag Service Organization, Inc. SPN 0198-179. Noel Prosecute to the clerk of the above-styled court. You will please enter a Noel Prosecute, I don't know what that is, as to the Church of Scientology Flag Service Organization, Incorporated, in the above entitled cause, due to the state's inability to prove critical forensic. There we go, you guys, you see? They always use the same thing. The evidence that's, whether it's the R cases or the death cases, they try to get the evidence thrown out. Critical forensic and causation issues beyond, and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt, that's the reasonable doubt part, as a consequence of the medical examiner's change of opinion. That alone should be against the law. That alone should be against the law, which is reflected in the amendment of the death certificate, an amendment of the autopsy report dated February 16th, 2000, dated this 12th day of June 2000, Bernie McCabe, State Attorney, 6th Judicial Circuit of Florida, by Douglas E. Crow, Executive Assistant, State Attorney. Last revised 13/06/2000. Hold on.
You can read other reports, and later on there is a different perspective of what was going on.
Show Lisa's physical and mental state deteriorating over those 17 days.
Rest and relaxation sounds like a wonderful idea, but the records say that 2 days into her stay, she was spitting out food and vomiting. 4 days into her stay, she was ashen-faced and feverish, and then she became violent, striking the attendants, hallucinating, thinking that she's L. Ron Hubbard, being too weak to stand, soiling herself, crying, babbling, breaking things. At that point, isn't it clear that it's not working?
What's not working?
Resting, taking her away from the stage.
No, I don't think that that's clear at all. I don't think that you can draw inferences or conclusions from what is said. You can read other reports, and later on there is a different perspective of what was going on.
You come to your own conclusion.
Of course they are.
The case is being handled by attorney Ken Dandar, who has his own theory about what happened over those 17 days.
So could you imagine Lisa McPherson, who is mentally unstable, according to Scientology, is having these people come in and try to force feed her, and she's yelling and screaming at them, she's banging on the wall, she's fighting with them, she's asking them questions, but they are not allowed to respond to her. All they can do is turn around and walk out the room and then write a report to the case supervisor and close the door behind them. And she's not allowed to leave.
Dandar is an idiot. That's my response to that. He has
Deflection.
got a clue. He is the worst of what makes the American legal system so out of control. He is an ambulance-chasing gold digger.
My reply to that is simple. If they had called an ambulance for Lisa McPherson, I wouldn't be here today.
Facts.
The Scientologist never did call an ambulance, but on the 17th day, Lisa was at last taken to a hospital in a church van. It didn't take Lisa to the closest hospital, which was just a few blocks away, or the second closest, or the third, or even the fourth nearest for that matter. Instead, they drove to Newport Richey Hospital, 45 minutes away, and it was during those 45 minutes that Lisa McPherson died.
She certainly would have made it to the hospital that's only a few blocks down the road, alive, and where she would have been provided the appropriate care.
Why was Lisa taken so far away when it was clear that she was ill?
Watch his eyes. They know, they know, they know. They know, they know, they know.